I'll call the meeting to order now at 8:31.
Yeah.
Any declarations of pecuniary interest?
Everyone's fine.
None known.
Okay, thank you. Any delegations? We have none. And the minutes from the prior meeting were approved to council. Any questions from those, Mayor Hand?
No.
Okay. We'll move along to the joint fire hall joint health and safety committee report. You can start off with humor, and then I just stumble through it.
I don't believe there's anything on the list this time.
No?
We're getting closer to being able to use
Yeah.
mesh to do it all. This is a mesh inspection. Shelley and I met with people the other day, and we now know how the managers can go in and make comments if they need to. So we'll have a training session soon with all the managers to show them how to do that, and it should be fairly straightforward from there.
Okay, thank you. Next item on the agenda is the fire monthly report. So I'll turn that over to the chief.
Okay, community relations, public education event for the PE given school. Also that splash pad, the truck down there to meet the kids. Place the fire apparatus in front of the apron for the annual law enforcement torch run. Members attended into the Good Shepherd surf and turf at the 4 Points. Inspections, 4 Points walkthrough still staying in there. Coming along very nicely. So once the west wing's done, it's really nice to see. Fire drill at the SGCC walkthrough and consult with the SGCC management. Community emergency management, Claudio.
So we had county CMCs met with our CDSA local field agent. This seems to be an ongoing quarterly thing, which is nice to see. So now we have contacts there and some liaison options with the CDSA. And they're just giving us an update. We give them an update as far as what's happening in the county. The St. Clair sector did our quarterly EM meeting. I attended virtually instead of going up to there was Environment Canada did a quick briefing right before that first heat event that happened a few weeks ago, just to give us kind of a heads up on what they're expecting to see over the next few days during that event. They tend to do those pop-up events whenever something serious is happening as far as weather. So it's good to see that they're actually engaging us and letting us know what's happening. Myself and Jay Van Lincoln went over to Blackburn Media to talk to them about what our options are for getting timely information on the radio. Because we've had this discussion in training and stuff like that. How relevant is the radio nowadays? But basically, they're able to get something on the air within minutes, even if they're at home or it's in the evening. The managers there from their phone or computer just record a sound bite and upload it to their system and start hearing it. So it definitely is still an option. And then at the time, we also exchanged contact information. So Blackburn has all the CMC's contacts. Now we have the main Blackburn contacts too. So if we have to give them information, we have the right person to go to their cell number. So it was a great meeting to go to and get that straightened out. We also did our county CMC meeting, just our regular meeting update. The EMO is doing some changes to their portal that CMCs are able to use. One of the things they're doing now is allowing CMCs to go in there and update contact information for our community. So, for example, Jim's the EIO, the information officer, so I can go in there and if I was changing it to Greg, I can do that myself instead of having to go through our sector field officer. So they're giving us more control over that, which is nice. So they did a little overview of the new app. And then there was a quick meeting about the tornado warning, that alert ready that happened, with other sort of weather in our area, and just findings from what Jay and City were able to find as far as why that happened, and hopefully changes that can prevent it from happening again. Yep, that's all I have for the last one.
Thank you. Just partners of activities with OPP EMS, put another bike course, used the fire hall. That was the action we had there a few weeks back. Utility update, annual fire alarm testing completed and passed, annual third-party fire extinguisher inspection completed, and everything's good there also. Exterior, there's nothing really to report, other than the apron. We're supposed to come see me this week to plan a day to start doing the cement. And so we'll see if they show up. Updates, nothing. Work management. Here, sorry. Whatever.
Vehicles and equipment.
Let me get back here. There you go. It's there. Yeah, ladder two, has some issues with some valves that have to be replaced. It's gonna be costly. It's like anything else in our world. To simplify it is the valves that are there now, they don't make that type of valve. We gotta change the whole assembly, so. More to come on that. We are having it done. We have no choice. We have to replace it. That's on the ladder truck. It's nothing that's gonna stop the truck or anything, but we do have water leaking through it, so. Health and safety, inspections completed as required. Training developed by the health and safety coordinator has been completed. Currently, there is no health and safety issue to report. Security, nothing. Capital, have not purchased anything at this time. Community feedback, positive feedback, thanks from the staff and students. From the school, positive feedback from management, starting off with curling. And 1550, also having a fire drill, which is so nice to see. They do take it seriously, and to speak with those people, it's enjoyable actually, because they are taking it serious, which is great. And also with the surf and turf event at 4 Points. Upcoming events, there's really nothing. You know that Mackinac is coming up, and they are asking us about a vehicle being down there, but it's just whether we have people available and tying up a truck in location. I can't guarantee you they'll be there. And then closing comments, had Carrier on site to evaluate the issues that we have with ladder two, as we spoke about. Meeting with 1200 degrees to finalize our engine, just a couple of minor details that we're going through. The truck it's in line to go. We just had a couple things we wanted to change around a bit. Members attended the OFM town hall meeting. The NFPA fire prevention week planning meeting. I would like an update on Expo Street, just got blindsided that they're for the development, and I spoke with Jim briefly on that. Everyone's kind of backed off on it, but anything that we can get on that's what's possibly coming would be great. I guess it's a discussion that everybody wants to talk about, so. We've also with Homes Foundry, if anything's happening there, any changes. And then any other possible developments that could be coming to the village would be great. Give us a heads up. Discussion on Ernest Street water main break. No notification was made to us at all for water being shut off or hydrant being shut down. And then there's a couple new businesses on Michigan. Jim, I just wanted to know if anyone has done any inspections or anything to do with the county going in there with any change or anything. We will definitely go in and speak with them and have a friendly visit there. Went into and purchased a couple things. It's so nice to see that these businesses are starting down there. It's great, and we'll definitely work with them to make it work. So, but I didn't know if anything has changed there. And yeah, that's about it for that. Yeah.
Okay. Can the water main break be brought forward to that
Yeah.
committee, just to ensure that we have a protocol and that it's being followed for all water disruptions.
Yep, we can do that for sure.
Pretty sure there's a protocol. I think they just missed doing it.
But I think it's not the first time either that
No.
we've had a water disruption that hasn't been, so just a reminder
Yeah.
that there's.
Yep.
Okay, any questions, Mary Ann, on
No,
the
just,
chief's report?
when you talk about the businesses, there's three.
And the one's kind of the,
Well,
They're
there's
in the
one's
same-
divided,
yeah,
but they're
yeah,
different
yeah.
owners and we didn't know they were going in,
Yeah.
so.
I mean, the one looks amazing for the amount of. It looks great.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's really, really so nice to see.
Yeah.
It's great.
Okay, seeing no questions, and then you'll go offline to update the chief on these,
Yeah.
projects and that. The one thing I was gonna ask about.
Me too. I was saving it till the end and then I saved it too long.
Oh, I was gonna just comment on, so we're at 61 calls year to date, which is higher than, it's trending higher, is that correct?
You know what? We're just, I don't know how it does, but every year we're usually within 10 calls
Okay,
when it's all done. I don't know how we get it, but it's just always seems to be in.
Yeah, it shouldn't be a standard number.
it is interesting to note though, now that we're doing this data, 2/3 of our calls are medical and false alarms, right? Just
Yeah,
shows,
our water's up again, and I mean, this is the time of year, there's a tremendous amount of
Yeah.
people renting equipment. I watched a fellow yesterday in the river. Couldn't get back on a Sea-Doo that he rented, but he's not taught how to get on it.
Mhm.
They're just giving it,
Hmm.
away they go, and then they fall off, and
Yeah.
then, so the potential is huge.
Yeah,
It is what it is, so.
okay. No other questions, Mary Ann? It didn't come to you? I see.
No,
Okay.
Great.
Move on to the financial statements.
oh, sorry,
Oh.
I got it.
Okay.
Just, back to the school, it was interesting, that was P.E. McGibbon, so they came, like, I mean, that's a long distance visit for a
Yeah.
school.
I think they were at the splash pad.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Made a day of it.
Yeah, because King George did they went to splash pad and then they went to the fish hatchery. So that makes sense. Thank
How that
you.
all came about, so last year, my sister-in-law teaches at Eden Gibbons.
Oh, okay.
Grade 1 classes, they were down there, she asked me to come down, so we did.
Yeah, no, it's
And
perfect.
then she passed the torch on to the next grade 1.
Yeah.
They requested us to be down there and we were able to do it, so it
Yeah, no, that's great.
was a hot day, but.
Yeah.
It was the hottest day. It was the hottest day.
The hottest day.
The splash pad.
Yeah,
Now, I thought, so Sarnia Fire have been parking their truck at the end of our cul-de-sacs.
a mod.
When they're going to their Sea-Doo for rides. And we've had residents complain to the fire department about them parking there, and one night they blocked somebody's driveway apparently and left the truck running. Should we be sending them a note or you've communicated with the chief, haven't you? And-
Yeah.
And what kind of response have you got?
I haven't got anything from the chief, so he just said he'd look into it and, yeah, it's just. Nobody knows whose truck, they're just saying their fire department, why are you sitting in there? We can't park at the end of the cul-de-sac and so just.
Yeah, like it's a no parking area,
Yeah.
and then if it's a true emergency, that's one thing, but they're just parking there going out to check on the boat or doing training.
They were, when I saw them the one night, they're all getting dressed in their outfits,
Yeah,
to
yeah.
go out. And they were parked in front.
And yet they have access to the yacht club
Yeah,
via the
yeah.
gate,
Didn't
and
really make sense to me, but
yeah, and it's just changed. They weren't doing it last summer, were they?
yeah,
No.
So this is a new thing they put in place. So I don't know whether we should be sending them an email from Jim, just asking them to get back to us on why they're parking in a no parking area at the end of one of our cul-de-sacs on a consistent basis. That's the thing. If it's a one-off, that's one thing, but when it's every time they go down to the yacht club, they're parking in that cul-de-sac, which is clearly much,
Which street is it?
Mon.
Mon?
yeah, predominantly, yeah.
and that one house is for sale right in front of it.
So maybe, yeah, a quick email from you, just asking them to get back to us on why they're doing that. Okay, financials, Any questions, Mary Ann?
I didn't have any.
Okay.
Mm.
Me neither. Okay, so we'll receive and file that. Our next meeting of the fire committee will be held, believe it or not, Tuesday, September the 10th at 8:30 in the morning in this chambers.
Before we close.
Yes, sir.
And this, Jim, did you want to talk about what you're asking me about as far as fire master plan?
No, that's fine. We can't, I mean, we can too. It's just, there's no money budgeted for it this year.
Okay.
It's just, we've left it on the task list,
Okay.
just so that it doesn't get forgotten down the road.
Okay.
If some of these developments start, like either of the Exmouth Street developments, basically, that we should be looking at moving ahead with it at that point.
Should we not be proactively doing that with that as a variable in it? Like,
It's hard. I think the hard part is the Holmes Foundry property development. I mean, do you plan for what they're hoping to do residentially, or do you plan for a warehouse? I think it can all be part of the planning that's done at the time that it comes in. I mean, it can be done proactively. You can kind of have option A and option B.
yeah,
And, you know, what would you need if you do 1,900 residential units and a 500 unit community, what they call it, campus of care?
mhm.
Or you can say, you know, the other possibility, although I think it's remote, but it could be a warehouse, and, you know, the planning is very different for those two.
So I think we should either approach it that way, where we have options A, B, C on whatever moves forward, so that when the plan comes in, we know what we're gonna have to do, or we should at least have contacted somebody, have already got the quotes, and be ready to pull the trigger when and if. So if Holmes Foundry announces they're putting this in, we're good to go. We're not just starting the tender quoting process at the time. We found our preferred vendor and say, okay, we're gonna start a master plan within the next 2 years. At least have them identified as our person, be a little more proactive on it rather than wait till they got shovels in the ground and then we have to find out what we're doing with our fire department.
Well, wouldn't we be budgeting or putting it in budget for next year?
Yeah.
By the end of the year, you'll see something.
We can definitely put something in for budget for next year.
Yeah.
It's just,
But I mean, we can also start getting quotes before it's in a budget, right? Or at least talking to
Well,
Well,
vendors.
you need quotes to put it in the
To
budget.
identify what you need,
Yeah.
how much you need.
And speak to some other communities and see who they've used and who has worked best for them.
which I already gave. I
Oh,
already
you
gave
got it?
those quotes.
Okay,
So you had quotes prior to what it's gonna cost, and, you know, can't name them off of that, give you that number right now, but. I've done that part already, but I just think it's important before you do this. You have some direction which way the village may go, because that's gonna make a difference for when they do the study.
it might even be wise to talk to one of the vendors, say, hey, here's where we're at. Would you recommend we do it now and be prepared, or wait till we have more information? Okay, anything else then, chief?
No, that's it.
Anything from, okay, Mary Ann?
Yeah.
Okay, so we will adjourn the fire committee for today. Thank you.